We are back with the one and only Jaymes Mansfield. Hey, Qween.
Hi, everyone.
I am just obsessed with those boobs.
Oh, thank you so much, Johnny. They're great. Oh, excuse me.
Hi, Johnny.
Oh, hey, Griffin. Griffin, we're doing a show right now, sweetie. You can
Yeah, I know.
come visit.
Jaymes Mansfield. Jane.
Oh, my God.
Jaymes Mansfield. I'm such a huge fan. I loved you. And Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Tell me, what was it like working with Marilyn Monroe?
Oh, boy.
Well, there are all sorts of things wrong with that sentence, but let's start with the most obvious one.
Okay.
Honey, my name is Jaymes Mansfield. Yeah, eyes up here, mister. Jaymes Mansfield, because my parents wanted a boy.
What? Wait, I'm sorry. Am I in the middle of a confusing gender situation? How did this happen to me?
Griffin.
What?
You have not only barged into the show, cutie,
Yeah?
but you've gotten our star wrong. Jaymes Mansfield is an old-time beautiful movie lady who is deceased. This
Very
is
good.
Jaymes Mansfield, RuPaul Drag Race Season 9 favorite, inspired by the name Jaymes Mansfield to be Jaymes Mansfield.
As long as you're gorgeous, I don't care. Give me a kiss.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Don't tell my husband.
Oh, I won't. All right, Griffin, we don't want to get you too hot and bothered, cutie. Can you please go way backstage? I'm sure there's another chance for you to interact with James later, okay?
I'll see what I can do. Bye, beautiful.
Bye, handsome.
Griffin the Griffin, everybody.
I love him.
Isn't he cute?
Adorable.
He's always a lot of trouble. Always coming in, busting in the show, but, you know, I figure since you love a puppet, you know, we'd invite our little puppet friend.
That was a puppet?
Oh, yeah.
I feel so lied to.
Your mind is blown. So, now let's talk Drag Race.
Yes, let's talk Drag Race.
So you talked in a little bit in the last segment about how after was a difficult experience. Now, you auditioned to be on it 4 times.
Yes, 4 times, got on my 5th.
So your 5th time. Did you do it in a row? What season did you start?
I started at season 5.
Okay.
So 5, 6, 7. What comes after that?
8.
8, 9. So,
So you did it. So right in the row. Okay. Now, you seemed, as was noted on the internet, it seemed like you were a little nervous or frazzled or something, or was part of that the edit that you got. Can you tell me about the beginning of the show?
oh, look at that girl.
Oh, there she is.
I will say this. This is my first time ever duct taping my chest.
Oh.
And when
in that picture?
In that picture, yeah.
Wait,
As you can
go
see-
back to that, please.
You can see because my boobs are under my armpit in that dress.
Right.
So when I took it off, I didn't realize that when you take that off, you rip your chest open.
Oh,
I ripped the skin off, so I wasn't throbbing in pain that whole untucked.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, you're really not talking to James. Like, I'm in pain.
Right. Now, when you came in, because I actually just rewatched this episode last night.
Yes.
When you came in, you did your bit, and then the way that they put it together made it look like you were very confused, not sure what was going on, and concerned. Was that the case, or what was that moment really like?
Well, when I came in, I will say it was a blast. And everybody laughed. I was cracking jokes the entire time, and I watched it back. It's like, what the hell is that?
Right.
That wasn't how it happened. But it's a TV show.
Well, we understand that it's not anyone's fault. That's what happens. But what did really happen? What really did happen?
Oh, well, I just ran in and just started immediately at 10 with everybody, introducing myself to everyone. Got to Valentina. I said, hi, what's your name? She's like, Valentina. What's that? Valentina. Again, one more time in English.
But then when we got the edit, it was very much like, I literally, they were like, you were like, what was that? What was that they were filming and then they played back in that space?
When you go out, I did it twice because it was a puppet bit, so they wanted to make sure they got a good one.
Right.
So when I did it the second time, I'm just standing there like, okay. They have you pose at the end of the walkway. I'm like, all right, so can I go over there now?
Wow.
And it turns into...
Yeah, because you look sleepy and concerned. Oh my God. So then you get there, you make your way in there. I'm glad to know that it wasn't as concerning as it looked on TV.
No.
And then the mysterious queen that looks a lot like Lady Gaga comes out.
Oh, Ronnie, yeah, he was great.
Ronnie, he was amazing.
He was actually the first one to go home, not me.
You're right about that.
Just vanished.
I know. What happened to him? So what was the feeling like in the room when that happened?
Well, here's the thing. I get starstruck with a lot of people, and I'd already had my mind blown from seeing Peppermint.
Okay.
So I immediately run over to her side, like a little fangirl, and then last to walk in is Gaga. And I'm looking at it, it's like, it can't really be the real thing. I see the tattoo, and I'm like, okay. And then I see the small feet, and like, okay. This impersonator is really, really good.
Right.
And then she ripped off the mask. I was like, oh, God. You see that nose, you know immediately it's Gaga.
Right.
My favorite thing about Lady Gaga is this is how you know these people are real people. She ripped that mask off, and she threw it right on the table, and it broke.
Wow.
Rhinestone shattered off it, and all the girls grabbed a piece of it and took it home with them.
Oh my God, I like that. Lady Red, what would you do if Lady Gaga had just walked in and you were in the workroom?
Oh my God, I would just be... Yeah, that's what I would do.
Just... You just freeze?
She wouldn't get nothing else.
You're like, who's this black mannequin?
If I take one step, I'm a shadow on myself. I'm like...
Now, were you happy with your Gaga look that you did?
I loved it. We only got like 2 days to prepare the thing, so the way I saw it, what can I do realistically? I thought the cover of Vogue, because it's a mermaid gown, and
yeah.
I'm no stranger to a mermaid silhouette. Mm-hmm. And I figured just big hair.
Oh, there you are, right.
Yes, and I love that because it was her tribute to RuPaul. So I figured it all ties in.
Oh, yeah.
She mentioned on Twitter she was channeling RuPaul when she did it, so I thought, yeah, I want to do that. I'll pay homage to both of them.
Okay. And then the other one was throw that up again. It was the Milwaukee look.
Okay.
Now, this was, I guess, a little underwhelming, but very amusing.
Well, here's the thing. They told me you can't do anything copywritten. So immediately, what do you think when you think Wisconsin? Cheese and beer.
Oh, right.
So I can't have any beer and I can't have any cheese heads. So I was left to work with this cow print.
Wow. Did you bring a cheese head in your suitcase?
I really should have, though, because I saw girls dressed as the Statue of Liberty. There was like 5 statues of Liberties, and I couldn't wear a cheese head. What's up with that?
Did they tell you, did legal come in and be like, Mr. Mansfield, we would love for you to wear this cheese head, but it's not proper.
Here's the thing, Johnny. When you get on that show, at least this is the way I see it, you want to do everything according to the rules. Because I didn't want to get thrown out.
Right.
I auditioned 5 freaking times. I wanted to make sure I stayed there.
Right.
And then that's what I get for playing by the rules. I should have broke a couple. I might have stayed longer.
Well, you luckily at least had that first episode with no elimination, so you got through that whole one.
Yes.
Did Lady Gaga like that outfit? I don't really remember.
Here's the thing. In Untucked, she actually came back and talked to all of us.
Right, that's when she gave you each individual sit-down critique. So what was your moment like with her?
She told me, Jaymes, I love what you do, and I love that you do the comedy, but just show the judges who you are. Let them see who you are, and just for once, drop the character and stop trying to do that, because I did that a lot in my early career. I was always a character. Just show the judges who you are. And I thought, okay, this white runway, I'll talk with my regular voice, and I'll just present myself as the real Jaymes Mansfield. And then they sent me home.
Right. Oh my God.
They wanted to see more character.
Yeah, that's like, it's not easy. It's not easy, sweetie.
And, wrap it all up. She's a lovely woman, but she gives terrible advice.
Right. Blame Lady Gaga. Okay, so then, one thing that did bring you into infamy, though, is the cheerleading challenge. The cheerleading challenge that for other girls on your season almost completely wiped them out. Charlie Hides did not recover from the cheerleading challenge. Eureka O'Hara removed from the competition because of the cheerleading challenge. The most dangerous, give me my shot, the most dangerous challenge in RuPaul Drag Race history was the oh, thank you. That was the challenge that eventually turned into something that got you a lot of attention.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Are we allowed to swear?
Sure.
Don't get me started on that fucking cheerleader challenge. Such a stupid challenge. Here's the thing. Those cheerleaders, they trained for years to do those things.
Yeah.
We got like 4 days.
Right. How much rehearsal per day are you getting?
I want to say we got like a good maybe 3-4 hours because they're on a tight schedule. We're talking tight.
Yeah.
So we had to learn all that choreography, learn how to do basket catches, do cartwheels. And a lot of those girls, the only person there that was a gymnast was Hey Qween.
Yeah.
And she was at least 5 years removed from it.
Right.
So,
Oh my God, that's scary. You're flipping people up in the air, throwing them around.
and you have Charlie Hides, who's 700 years old, doing a cartwheel.
No. And then you did a flip, and it was the flip that turned into the mood, the meme. I don't know what you would call it.
My shooting star moment.
Your shooting star moment. Someone took that flip and they made it just keep going through every part of the world, the universe.
I loved that. I made a pin out of it.
Right, you do. That's amazing. When you saw that thing happen on the internet, what was your reaction?
It was my biggest takeaway from it because when I actually saw the challenge, it was like 30 seconds long.
Right.
And I was like, this is going to be so sickening when they put it all together. We're doing all these catches and tumbles and flips. And I did a tumble because I didn't practice. I tried to do a cartwheel and I landed bad on my shoulder. I was like, no.
You're like, no, this isn't going to take me out like Charlie Hides.
No, I'm going to be safe and do what I know I can do because I want to be here.
Right.
And then the one girl that doesn't get injured gets sent home.
I know. Oh, girl. But you'll always have that flip, and that flip that goes through the universe.
Oh my God, I love it so much. I actually sent him a direct message and sent him a pin afterwards.
That's nice. They deserved it. Now, your lip sync battle was Love Shack,
Yes.
the B-52s, against
Yes.
Kimora Blac.
I lip synced for my life and lost to Kimora Blac. Here's Love Shack. Oh my God! In
Now,
front
that
of the
seems like that would
B-52s.
be in your wheelhouse for sure.
Everyone keeps saying that, but it has 3 singers, Johnny.
Right.
When I normally do that song, I have 2 puppets.
Okay, and you were like, if I don't do it with the puppets, I'm not doing it.
Well, I actually loathe that song.
You do?
I do because I worked in retail for years, and they play Love Shack all the time. So it's one of those things like, oh. It just takes you right back to behind
so
the counter.
they already started ruining it for you with the choice of song.
It was my inner saboteur is what it was. Everyone can...
The shade of it all, Jaymes. I'm sorry, that just tickles me. You just shot that one right under there. Thank you, Jaymes, for that. How was that battle for you? You hate that song. It does not seem like it would be in Kimora's wheelhouse, but...
Whatever she was doing, they seemed to really like it.
They did.
Because that's the thing, when we're doing it, you're not paying attention to the person next to you. I'm just throwing whatever I can, every little trick that under the book I have.
Uh-huh.
And as I'm doing it, I'm seeing like my shoulder pads coming out, my shoes caught the tile. It's like,
No.
This could go either way.
Oh, God.
So I feel like I'm lip syncing through a hurricane. And by the time RuPaul announced the winner, it's like, oh, shit. I really thought I had this. I knew for sure I at least know the words.
Right. Did you feel like you totally blanked out, or...
I was honestly
What was
just
the
going...
experience of lip syncing for your like is what I mean to ask.
Well, when they first do it, they start playing that music just to do the sound check, and I'm already jumping in like, oh. And then she cuts it, like, okay. And then we actually do
For
the
a minute,
song.
I'm sorry. I thought for a minute that they piped in that spooky RuPaul music.
I wish that would have added more drama.
So
Triggering. Triggering.
Triggers.
Yeah.
So they were playing your music. You were jumping around. How long is that process?
Honestly, it's just the full length of the song, and as you're going through it, you're just shut off. You're just performance mode, looking at those judges, and you want to make sure they see everything you're doing, and you're pulling every trick out of the book. And I really feel like I tried my hardest with it, but it just wasn't enough.
Right. So you did come back. You had one more episode of Drag Race, and that was the reunion.
Yes.
Now, the reunion, apparently you live at the reunion were reading them all, sweetie. You were snapping the shade fan. You were telling them all about themselves. And then it all got edited out?
Yeah, I got one read in.
Now, which one made it in?
It was my read for Valentina, which was my very last one, because it was like, telling jokes to, a bunch of old people that never heard sense of comedy before.
Right.
No one laughed at anything. She's like, oh boy, I'm bombing. Oh, I was so pretty there.
There she is. You're bringing the drama with the look that night, though. I like it. Now, what did you say about, what was your read?
My read for Valentina was, I had a really good read for Valentina, but I can't remember the words.
Now, since you're here now, would you like to revisit any of the stuff that got edited out?
Okay, well, one of my reads I had was, they call Peppermint the lip sync assassin, which is the nicest way of saying she's always in the bottom.
Okay, keep going.
And Kimora Blac was, no, I would never say Kimora Blac is dumb or slutty, but the only train that should be run on her is the conjunction junction.
Any other delightful ones?
That's
that
all you
remember?
get. See my live show.
All right. Oh! All right. Well,
I was told there'd be tea. I just got hot water.
it's a disaster. So then you go home. You're eliminated. The show starts airing. So that's the part where it takes some fortitude to get through.
Yes.
So you talked a little bit about it, but what was that experience like of watching it back, and what was the reaction on social media?
I was very lucky because when I watched it, I was doing a live viewing with Eureka and Nina, so I had two of my closest sisters there with me. And the way I suffered through it was, that's okay. I could either sit there and pout and be mad watching it with this live audience, or I could just ham it up and really, joke about it. So I would they announced my name, I'd hide my face under the cushion of the couch. At the end, did I win?
Right. And sort of that's the attitude I think you have to kind of flip it around.
You have to not take it so seriously, because if you really think about it, you just went home on a TV show.
Right.
And there are people in this world that have never heard of RuPaul's Drag Race. So when you think about it that way, what a silly thing to get upset about.
Yeah. Now, were people kind or fully unkind?
Oh my God, I was in the impression they were gonna hate me. But then Untucked happened, and people really resonated with me, because at that point, and they're doing my confessional, I was just had it. I was like, okay, I'm crying now.
Right.
It's like, I'll give you what you wanted. I'm crying, okay? Mm-hmm. And people really felt my pain. And when I was there, my dreams were crushed, because I had wanted nothing more but to win RuPaul's Drag Race, doing the kind of drag I do and coming from where I came from. And it just was the most heartbreaking thing in the world to have that dream dash right before you. Mm-hmm. It's like they pull the rug right underneath you and you fall flat on your face and then drag you out by your ankles.
And then after they drag you out, they make you wait 6 months, and then they show it to you
and
again.
And they don't call you an Uber home. The walk.
Honey. So what was the turning point for you in terms of being able to flip it around in your head?
I had months to plan, because I came back to my boyfriend. He was like, I knew it was going to happen. I knew they were going to send you home. How I was going to face this head on. And me and my boyfriend decided, he helps me handle my social media. So he told me, okay, here's what we're going to do. You're going to make jokes. You're not going to act upset about it in public. You're going to keep a smile on all the time, because that is what it takes to survive now. Because if you make yourself a victim, then that's all you'll have a victimhood for about 4 months, and then people will forget about it.
Right.
You have to keep showing that you're working and that you can carry on and that you are not upset about this.
Yeah.
Because it's an amazing opportunity. I could be mad at RuPaul for sending me home, or I could be happy with the fact that he saw something in me to put me on that show. Mm-hmm.
And because, it is still the most gigantic platform a drag queen can get on.
It is.
From any place that you get on.
And honestly, it's like the amount of opportunities I've gotten from that show, just from being on it and having that on my resume now, that pedigree, it's fame you can't buy.
Yeah. And so you went back to, when the show was airing, you were like, I'm going to make videos on my YouTube channel. I'm going to make as many appearances as I can. Like, what kind of stuff were you throwing out there for everybody? Puppet stuff, drag history, right?
Well, I just continued to do that because I still had to work. So I had to make sure my YouTube content was keep pumping. And I feel like that was really an active ingredient to make sure I was relevant to people's minds, because every week I update.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, rain or sleet, I'm updating for you. And just because I went home first on RuPaul's Drag Race doesn't mean I'm going to stop teaching people about drag queens from the past.
Yes. I love it. That's the type of attitude it takes to you can either waste the thing and be mad that you lost, or you can just seize on and work hard and do it.
Well, I would say you could be any flavor in this world. The world is full of flavors. Why would you want to be salty?
Well said, James. We'll be back more with Jaymes Mansfield right after this, honey.
Hey Qween!
Hello, children. To see part 3 of this interview, click here. To see more Hey Qween fabulousness, click here. And don't forget to subscribe, bitch! Hey! Hey! Hey!